Yo, roll on it. I'ma need adults that can stroll on it. Saying tones are getting bold on it. This my lane now, pay a toll on it. Move your body, put your soul on it. What else am I supposed to do? Ain't no one better than you. HBCU.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the return of Point A, Point B in a building. As you can see, we are super duper excited to be able to have conversations with you about sports, man. Sports. Point A, Point B, where dreams don't come true, but God damn it, we're trying. We're trying. I'm so excited for y'all, man. As y'all can see, we have my boy in the building, Brooklyn. Say what's up to the people. How you feeling, baby?
Oh man, I've been feeling great. I can't wait to get back into this. It feels good to be back, man.
Feels good to be home, baby. It feels good to be home. I can't wait to start talking about it. Boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I'm super duper excited, man. We're gonna get right into it, man, because of course we need to. Oh man, Grandmaster, what's going on? He's finally back. I am with Brooklyn. I know Brooklyn's back today too. That's that guy. That's that guy. Pharaoh, what's going on, baby? We see you too. Today is a good day. Today's an awesome day. Today is an awesome day for us to get right into the news, right into the sports, right into the information. And we're gonna do that. Let me see here. Give me 1 second here. We're gonna get right into the sports. That's important, y'all. Let's talk about it. Hey, it's crazy being back, Brooklyn. It's crazy being back.
It just feels right.
It feels right. It do feel right, but it's crazy being back, man. Let's go right into our starting five, man. At the beginning of the show, how we normally get these things rolling. And we're gonna start off with Shadora's World right here. Well, I'm not in Cleveland, but there is a strenuous and really tough battle going on right now in the practice world for that number one spot, which is happening in obviously in, excuse me, I'm messing up, in Cleveland. Joe Flacco feels like the new guys aren't ready yet. It should be between him and Kenny Pickett. Brooklyn, how do you feel about this information, and do you feel like they should be able to lean on Shedeur Sanders more than Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett?
Not at the moment. Unfortunately, I feel like he's too green, too rookie. I actually thought Kenny Pickett coming out of the training camp looked the best, and I think he's going to be their starting quarterback going for the season. But Shedeur is going to get his chance later on.
Understandable, very much understandable. I'm loving it. I'm thinking that might be the way to go. We are going to have a little bit of lag when it comes to the stream. Not lag, but you guys can be a little bit behind us. So if we don't get to your comments until a little bit later, we do apologize for that. But we do apologize for that. But moving right on, the Chiefs are looking to retool after losing in the Super Bowl, an embarrassing loss in the Super Bowl to the Eagles. This including them retooling their offensive and defensive line. A lot of people feel like they might have enough anyway with the disrespect that's happening to our boy Pat Mahomes, where they are labeling 4 quarterbacks to be better than him right now in the looks of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, my boy Joe Burrow, and I think they also forgot who else they had ahead of them as well. But crazy world, do you think the Chiefs have enough to be able to get back on top, back to the promised land, back to the Super Bowl, and back to a championship?
100%. I actually do. Somehow they keep getting some crazy draft picks at the end of the first rounds, and somehow they just keep retooling. And that's the perfect word, is a retool. There is no rebuild. There's nothing that he actually needs. They got Patty Mahomes. As long as he stays healthy, they're gonna be in the picture.
Absolutely. I think you can't turn down, you can't overlook, you can't overthink it, man. Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. I mean, I do think Joe Burrow is better. You know what I mean? When it comes to actually being a talent, I think if he had everything that, you know what I'm saying, there's arguments here. You know what I mean? There's arguments in that. But I always will have my boy number one, man. That's just the way I feel about it. It's Joe Burrow. It's Joe Burrow, baby. It's Joe Burrow. Russell Westbrook turned down a $3.4 million option and will become an unrestricted free agent going into this next season. Denver, at this point in time, weren't willing to pay him more. They're $10.6 million below the second apron, with 12 players under contract after Westbrook declined his option. Westbrook this past season posted stats of 13.3 points, 6.1 assists, and 4.9 rebounds in a 75-game season for him. He's going to be 36 years old. In the playoffs, he only averaged 11, 4, and 3 and 24 minutes per game. Note that Denver also fired longtime coach Michael Malone towards the end of the season, right before the postseason, and had David Edelman take over as the interim coach. Do you think that they making the right decisions at this point in time? And do you feel like, this is the way they should go going forward?
Now, this one definitely feels like the rebuild situation.
Right.
Got rid of your coach, getting rid of players. Russell Westbrook in itself, I actually believe, made the wrong choice. The worst choice actually for himself. You were playing some of their best basketball, called scrubbed, called you're done, you're washed, you should wrap it up, and you're playing some of the best basketball in Denver. When you played for the Wizards, it looked sad. When you played anywhere else besides here, it looked pretty sad going forward, including the Clippers or the Lakers, anywhere else. So you should have took that money, been happy about $3.6 million to get any kind of numbers at the age that you're at. You're not going to find that anywhere else. And unfortunately for Denver, this is the end. That championship window that Jokic has is closed. Over.
Yeah, I don't really believe in the Westbrook fandom. We do have your comments as they pop up right here on screen, so you can be able to see them a little bit smoother. I like it that way. One by one, you can see it pop up like that. I do agree with you. I think that, obviously, everybody knows me, right? Everybody knows who I am, how I stand when it comes to Westbrook. I'm the biggest Westbrook hater of all time. I don't care. You can say what you want to. You can say what you need to. You can say how you feel. I sincerely don't give a damn. But what I will tell you this right now, I don't think one team gets better by adding Westbrook to their roster. I don't think one team gets better by adding Westbrook to their roster. It's the same thing I feel about a few other players. I think everybody's really slobbing on this Kevin Durant situation. I will talk about that a little bit later, but I really feel like there is no situation where I feel like Westbrook makes a team better at this point. For worse teams, he wants to be the number one option. He wants to be on the ball. For great teams, doesn't help the flow of your offense. He doesn't shoot. He's turnover prone. I don't see how he's productive enough to be able to be on the team that actually wants to win. And when that happens, when he's on a team that really wants to win, his poor decision making and his ability to make turnovers on a consistent basis really holds back teams. I don't feel like that's the best option for anybody that wants to be great in this league. Moving right along to the next topic here, the Knicks, after trying to reach out to teams who already had coaches to be able to pull their coach from after firing Mike D'Antoni. Is Mike D'Antoni?
Yeah.
No, what am I saying, bro?
No, Thibodeau.
After firing Tim Thibodeau, firing Tim Thibodeau after reaching the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years, they fired him without having a plan yet. And their plan was to reach out to teams who already had coaches and try to see if they can poach them off of those teams, including Jason Kidd, who was coaching the Mavericks at this point in time. The Mavericks gave them an astounding, huge hell no. That's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to take our coach. And now they're pivoting with two coaches that was also fired. I feel like kind of wildly this season. In which is Taylor Jenkins, who was the coach of Memphis Grizzlies, and Mike Brown, who coached the Sacramento Kings, who won a Coach of the Year award the past year. So, how do you feel about these transitions to these coaching options, and what do you feel about that?
Man, actually, I don't mind if we got the man from the Kings, like you just said. He was Coach of the Year the year before that. I don't mind any coach for the Knicks. I do feel like there is a structure already in place, and you need someone who's going to help with that structure. and it's depending on is he going to keep Cat? He's going to trade Cat. He's on that last year of his deal. But I would say right now, I support New York teams. I usually do. I'm a Brooklyn fan. I root for the Knicks. But if they go after, even sniff for Darvin Ham, for Doc,
go crazy.
or Doc Rivers, I don't think I could support you. I can't support stupidity a lot. Like I could look a blind eye. I could turn a cheek, brother. I could turn a cheek, but I cannot, in good faith, support Darvin Ham or Doc Rivers, and that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, if I ever see anybody drift over to a Doc Rivers or a Darvin Ham team again, I'm losing my mind. Pharaoh says that Mike Brown to the Knicks will be good. I do believe so as well. Give me 1 second, I'm turning my light on. I do believe so as well. I think that'd be a great team. So yeah, you can't support Brooklyn. You got a comment here from Pharaoh saying you can't support stupidity, but you support the Jets. Crazy work.
Hey,
crazy work.
I just said I could sometimes turn a cheek, and that's why I said that, or turn a little bit of a blind eye. I can't support that stupidity. I can turn a cheek sometimes, sometimes I gotta. Look at the back.
Right.
Look at that team. Look at this team.
Hey. Relax. Let's relax, people. Talking about supporting stupidity, the police are looking for Antonio Brown. He is right now on the run for attempted murder charge. Former NFL player Antonio Brown is facing an attempted murder charge stemming from a shooting that took place during an altercation outside of an amateur boxing event in Miami, according to the arrest warrant. And Antonio Brown, who is 36, is accused of grabbing a handgun from his security staffer and firing 2 shots at a man he had gotten into a fist fight with earlier. The victim, Zuo Kwaren Kwame Nentambu, told investigators one of the bullets grazed his neck. The warrant does not list an attorney for Antonio Brown at this point in time, who is an all-pro wide receiver who last played in the NFL in 2021 for Tampa Bay after spending most of his 12-year career with Pittsburgh. Brown did not respond to messages sent to his social media accounts. The second-degree attempted murder charge carries a maximum 15-year prison sentence and up to a $10,000 fine. This is the latest in a series of legal problems with Brown, who has previously been accused of battery of a moving truck driver, several domestic violence charges, failure to pay child support, amongst other incidents. And also, obviously, we got to remember this, in 2021, in a game with Tampa Bay against your New Jersey Jets, Brown took off his jersey, shoulder pads and gloves. It did jumping jacks, waving to the crowd, running off the field through the end zone. This has been a serious issue. This is obviously a serious issue. This comes more of the conversation of CTE, because does he have it? Or is this just like, what the hell is going on with AB? But I do hope that he turns himself in at this point in time, because I think the longer he runs, the worse it is for him. But Brooklyn, what do you think, man?
And I don't know too much about the CTE. I understand that there's always a conversation about it and his actions, but at the end of the day, if that's truly the case in the actions, I feel like at some point you gotta stop inviting this man to play this stuff. Adin Ross. I want to blame Adin Ross. Like I love Adin Ross. I love your stream. Big fan. Love it. I feel like when you sign someone up who's notoriously
sorry about that,
who's notoriously a problem maker, whether the CTE is an issue or not, whether something might pop off, who Antonio Brown is, what he says. I love Antonio Brown too. I'm a big fan. I love his Twitter feed. I'm not going to say exactly what he'd be saying on Twitter, but go check it out. It's great.
It's great. It's hilarious.
It's great. He'd be posting pictures of different YTs, and it's awesome. It's awesome. But no, yeah. Antonio Brown, turn yourself in, man. You need help.
I don't
He's
know
not
what he's gonna
wrong on
do.
a lot of things, though. He's not. You can say Antonio Brown's going through some shit, but the whole thing with John Gruden, did he turn out to be right? 100%. So a lot of things, you be looking at different perspectives.
Yeah. Grandmaster said, I'm gonna hop into these chats real quick. Grandmaster said, Darvin Ham won the Knicks with star families for generations. And Pharaoh said, he's been off his rocker since the Burfict hit.
Yeah, no, the Vontaze Burfict hit him dead cold shoulder, but it was shoulder to head. He knocked him out. Juju Schmooster, whatever his bitch ass name is, I hate him too. Little TikTok dance boy.
Okay, we got deep in that for you, didn't we?
I don't like him.
I see it.
Don't focus on football.
I see it. That got real for you for a moment there. Well, I feel like we should move right along, right? But first thing we will say is that we do hope that you like, share, and subscribe. It's the best thing that you can do to help us be great and help us be able to grow on this channel. Obviously, if you're seeing us on whatever app that you are on, I will say that. Make sure you follow the channel, follow the page, be a part of it. Make sure you comment, be a part of the fray. Help us grow. We do appreciate it. If you do it, we know your breath don't stink. So let's get right into it. Absolutely important. We got to bring it back. Breath smelling crazy is an important thing to talk about. Speaking about breath smelling crazy, the game of the night where things happens, people play basketball and people get hurt. We did see an amazing game between the Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. My apologies. That included a big hit that happened with Caruso and our boy our boy his name is crazy. Big flagrant foul. All right. Big flagrant foul. Knocked Caruso off his bumpers, and ever since then, this team decided to turn up. The Thunder did not have a lead in the second half until late in the fourth quarter, where SGA came alive and went crazy, pulling out. You've seen multiple things happen at this point in time, Brooklyn, that really hurt the team. My apologies for if you're watching the big screen. Multiple things that came out and happened that really, I feel like, hurt the team, including Mathurin getting multiple fouls at the end of the game. Really hurt the team completely. And I feel like he might not know it, but he really was the cause of them losing that game, to be honest with you. How did you feel about the damn is damn? How did you feel about this game? The toughness on both sides, the chippiness. Let's get into it. How did you feel about the game?
In the most honest way, being like an honest broadcast.
We will talk about the refs on the next segment. So I just want to let you know.
I'm not talking about the refs. I'm not talking about the refs right now. We can, like you said, we'll get to that later. That's a whole different story. What I'm trying to get at right now is, well, the chippiness, I get it, intensity, the atmosphere that you're trying to portray. This is one of the most boring, nonchalantical, non-schlobberknockerish. This is booty. I'm tired. This is tiresome. There's no passion. There's no care. And the only good part about this has been Tyrese Halliburton.
Wow.
The only good part about this has been Tyrese Halliburton, and I'm actually rooting for Tyrese Halliburton to get his ring. I don't like SGA. I don't like his game. I think his game is chippy, cheap, short game. I don't like the Thunder. It's boring. I don't like the NBA and the way they've been portraying the game. There is no pizzazz. It doesn't even feel like a finals. There's no logos on the court. There's no, and then when people complained on Twitter about the logos on the court, you digitally added it on TV. You didn't even really put it on the court. You just pretended. You're fake. You're a phony.
Wow.
That's all I gotta say. This is boring.
Wow.
That man, when Kobe won the championship with Shaq, you had logos everywhere. That Larry O'Brien trophy was smack dab in the middle of every court. There was a pizzazz, a feel to it, an aura. There was an aura.
There was an aura. She was a fairy. I hear you. I hear you. Wild. I definitely hear you. I definitely understand where you're coming from. I do disagree with you completely, though. I really feel like this has been one of the most competitive NBA finals I've seen in a long time. Would I say that, you know, that it's been all the time great to watch? No. I feel like a lot of times there are mistakes that's being made by these two young teams that I hate to see. Like I did hate at the end of the game, this last past game, you can see Miles Turner getting caught up in the last 2 minutes, not knowing where to set a screen on a dribble handoff. And it was bad. It was bad to watch. It was one of those mistakes. You're just like, bro, like get it together. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hurt your team this way. And it's tough. It's tough. You want to see better basketball. I get that. But yo, when you got two players like this where their personalities are totally opposite, right? Tyrese Halliburton is he's a player that lets his team be great around him. But it's super cocky, talks the most ish, right? And on the opposite side of the spectrum, you got SGA, who will require his team to focus around him, whereas SGA centric, but is the most calmest guy, right? I will say this, man. I will say this. If you at any point in time, right, are looking to who you want to bet for, right? Who you want to bet for the team that's losing. Bet for the team that's losing. Because I can promise you, you're gonna win your parlay. Because it's been comeback central all series long. And man, I'm telling you, bro, I can't say that I trust one team more than another right now. And I think a lot of it is just literally the mentality on both sides, right? Yes, Indiana is missing that player that you know is gonna go in the game. Like yes, Halliburton is very much clutch, right?
Yeah,
he's had the most clutch shots in his playoff run. Been crazy, right? But at the end of the game, when you need somebody to run it down, like catch us up or put the game away, like the last 5 minutes of a game, that's not Halliburton. It's been Mathurin. It's been Nesbitt. It's been Pascal Siakam.
TJ Connell's been pretty solid.
It's been TJ Connell. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, and when the Thunder on opposite hand, they're very SGA dependent, right? When he's not going, they're not going. They're not going to win the game if he's not going. But the sad thing about that is that he has to constantly be in motion, right? At some point, they're going to have to keep attacking SGA to wear him down to get him tired. That's the only way they can end this series, is to get SGA tired, because I don't believe that Williams or Chet is going to be able to close a game for you. And Lou Dort doesn't have any ability to be able to put the ball on the floor and get to a basket. Where now, where you do have the pace is that you have 4 or 5 people who have the ability to put the ball down and get to a basket and get you a bucket, right? The Thunder don't have that. They're very MVP dependent, right? And when he gets to the end of the game, he looks for fouls. We'll talk about that later on and stuff like that. But this is what I'm saying. It just makes me feel like if either one of these teams played a different team in their conference on the way up there to the championship, they wouldn't be there. They would not be there. After what I've seen the Lakers do to the Thunder, what I've seen Luka do to the Thunder, leading up to the playoffs, I don't think they would have got past the Lakers. After what I've seen Boston do to people, if Boston would have got past the Knicks healthy,
you don't know if the Pacers would have been there.
I don't think the Pacers would have been there.
It was just the Knicks' time. I honestly thought that the Knicks still put up a great fight. The Knicks still put up a great fight, but I think Boston probably could have handled them a little bit. They probably have the roster for them, but Knicks had that. Knicks had that series.
And I do think that the Pacers are better coached, but I that's the wild part about it. I think the Pacers are better coached, but I just don't believe that they're going to actually be able to pull this game out. That's just, and so who do you have winning the next game though? With all of that being said, tied up, going to Oklahoma.
I got the Pacers actually winning the next game. I got the Halliburton pulling it out. I got pulling the game out for the win for his team on the road in the final. I ain't no.
Dear God, pause. Dear God.
Halliburton's gonna drop at least. I'm gonna say it 30. I'm gonna give it 30.
A 30 piece?
30 piece on them.
A 30 piece is a little crazy.
Give him a 30 piece.
30 piece is a little crazy. He's gonna have to go crazy. I think somebody's gonna have to go crazy.
He's gonna have to. And if he doesn't, if we're betting under over, and he doesn't do the over, it's over. It's over. It's over.
I hear you. What a game. What an opportunity for a team to be able to pull it out and get a win, I should say. But we got to see who's going to do it. Right now, the Thunder are 50% on the roll in the playoffs. Might haunt them in the end. That's what Pharaoh just said in the chat. I do agree. That's a great point. It is an opportunity for the Pacers to be able to do something, to be able to get in ahead of that. So, did you also see that the Rockets extended Steven Adams for a 3-year contract? $39 million? Just real quick. The Rockets just extended Steven Adams 3 years, $39 million.
Why?
I don't know. I can't.
Please don't go to the Lakers.
I don't know. I wouldn't. Him for the Lakers wouldn't even make sense to me, honestly.
I don't know. I'm just.
I don't know. I don't know. Yo, do me a favor. Go on TikTok. How does it look on TikTok?
I'm on TikTok and I'm on both Twitch. They're looking clean. They both looking good.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they would do. Yeah. Wow. So.
Patrick.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
$39 million for a center who's obviously past his prime. Great guy. Honestly, one of the most.
When did he have his? When did he have his prime?
Everybody has a prime, whether it's a extraordinary prime. There is a time of period that this is the best you're gonna be. So that's up to you to describe to me what his prime you would say is. I think OKC, after he's left off that, was his prime. When Russell Westbrook was setting up bodies and he was just standing there being big body, boy, that's it. That's his prime. That's his prime. Everybody has a prime.
Yeah, I hear you. Wild thing for you to say, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lean on that one. We are gonna move right along to one of my favorite segments. Well, I think honestly, I think it's a cult favorite. I think it's a cult favorite segment in Point A, Point B history. If you are somebody who is obviously who knows this show and knows the greatness of this show, you understand the greatness of this segment. Doing too much. The greatest segment in sports today, where I give you a hot take, a few hot takes, and you tell me, am I doing too much or am I not doing enough? And this is important. We gotta lock in, people. This is where greatness comes from. Let me turn this down a little bit. This is where greatness comes from, people. This is our chance. This is our chance. Dance. Just dance. Y'all ready? I'm ready.
Let's do this. Come on.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Come on, what's the first one?
My first best segment, Pharaoh. I got you. I got you. We are going to be talking, right? And I'm gonna give me 1 second. Let me just move this out the way real quick because I want people to be able to see. Okay. When it comes to trashery, right? Pure, unsolicited trashery. There's not one person to me who is that more than Russell Westbrook. But if I had to put a second name there, you are not getting a bang for your buck for Kevin Durant. I'm going to give you my doing too much, and it's going to start with Kevin Durant first. Okay? And I hope that I don't piss too many people off right now. Give me 1 second. I'm loading this up. I'm loading this up.
You already got me going.
Next year will be Kevin Durant's. Statistically, next year will be Kevin Durant's worst year when it comes to statistically in the NBA, no matter where he goes. And wherever he goes, he will make that team worse. We are talking about them linking him to teams like the Knicks, right? Who they're saying needs a closer next to Jalen Brunson, right? And they don't believe that Cat is a closer next to Jalen Brunson, which I do disagree. I believe Cat is a closer next to Jalen Brunson, but was tired as hell due to a lack of being able to provide a bench behind him, which I think was crazy, right? You got people who are going to be leaving teams real soon, looking for a new home. I think the best person for that Knicks team to pick up to come off the bench with Cat is your boy from the Timberwolves, the big man that can shoot. What's his name? Naz Reid. Naz Reid is looking for a new home. Who would be a better person to put behind Cat than Naz Reid?
Love Naz Reid.
Exactly.
Naz Reid is one of the most underrated things. Now, let me tell you. So your "Are you doing too much?" statement is Kevin Durant, regardless of where he goes, is going to have not a negative, just a worse statistical year than he's ever had in his career of the NBA. But not just that, make the team that he goes to worse, record-wise, chemistry-wise, just all around worse than what they were before him.
Yes.
I don't think you're doing enough.
Talk to me.
I don't think you're doing enough. Because I'll take it one step. And this is not a hatred on KD. This is not a stomp on his legacy in any way. I still think he's one of the greatest scorers to ever play the game. I think he's still one of the he's a champion above all things. That's one thing you got to put in front of him. He is a champion. You put respect on his name, and his mama is the. I got more respect. Go ahead. You can say what you want about him ring chasing, going to the Warriors. There is a ring on that man's finger where there isn't someone else. Now, his mama's the real MVP. But it's time for him to retire. I'll take it one step further. He doesn't need to go
now,
further.
Hold on now.
It's time for him to retire. He doesn't need to be on a bench anywhere. He doesn't need to go to any teams. He needs to take his money, his rings, his mama, and go to Cancun, find you a nice girl, get your hairline fixed up, get you a brush it after all these years. It's over. It's over. I told you I'm going to take it one step worse. I didn't think you were doing enough. I'm going to take it one step worse. It's over.
Listen,
tired.
Listen, I think telling that man to retire is doing too much. I think telling that man to retire is doing too much.
You can't do that to me. You can't do that to me.
Hold on. I had to stand up for this one.
I'll leave this room.
I had to stand up for this one. I think telling that man to retire is doing entirely too much. It's doing entirely too much.
You look at me.
It's doing entirely too much. Kevin Durant to retire?
Handed on his big foot having on the 3-point line where he could have won and beat Boston. He sucks when he went to the Suns. How you have a motherfucker who went to Chris Paul, and they went to the finals. You go there with Bradley Beal. and the same team, and you're the last place in the whole NBA. You suck. You suck. It's you. You're the problem, not Kyrie. It wasn't even James. Don't blame Russell. You left. It's you. It's always been you're toxic. And like John Cena, we're breaking up with you.
Oh!
KD, you ruined it. You've been here ruining teams.
Oh!
You had to go ring chase, and I put respect on your ring because unlike some other players, you have one. You have a no. You look at me. You have a ring, so I put that respect on your name. You have an MVP, I put that respect on your name. Your mama's been the real MVP. I said I put respect where it is due.
Oh!
Statistically, scientifically, all around, you have been a cancer to every team you've been to. If it wasn't for you, Kawhi, you made Kawhi look good in Toronto. That was you. You did that. You cancer.
I had to
In
write
Brooklyn,
it. I had
you
to write
gave
it
us
twice. I had to write it twice.
You gave us hope. You gave us love. You gave us a chance. And you ruined it. You alone. All right. I'm good.
Wow. Listen. Really come back on me. Come back to me, camera. Look at me. All right. Look, Kevin Durant to retire is crazy. Okay. Now, everything you said, true, right? Okay, Gordon Ramsay. Fair. You said I had to write it twice. Fair. I had to write it twice. Telling him to retire is crazy, right? Hold on. I want to make sure we really talk about this. Okay. I want to really talk about it. Telling Kevin Durant to retire is crazy. Okay. I will tell you this. I do not think as a starter he makes any team better at all, right? We discussed this. I believe this. I stand by that. That's how I feel, okay? That's just how I feel. I don't think he makes anybody better when it comes to that. I will say this, though. Kevin Durant, okay, is somebody. That is somebody. Now, you can have him on your bench. I think I'm cool with that. I'm cool with him being on your bench. 100%.
I don't need his pointless 35 points off the bench. In pointless minutes. In pointless times. In pointless losses. If you don't provide a chance to win.
Though. Okay, but like, okay, so check me out. Kevin Durant.
I'll let you finish. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give you a reason why I feel like he's not gonna make a team better, right? Because any team that takes him will have to give up too much to get him.
Pharaoh beat me to it. Pharaoh is my point. Pharaoh wrote my point in the chat. Pharaoh, you're cooking now. That's exactly what I was gonna say to his retort.
If he do it.
Now
yes.
That's the whole thing. Kevin Durant, I don't believe has a mindset of control in his heart, in his body, in his anything to say I'm a secondary player.
Yes, he does.
I'm not even 1A, 1B. He doesn't.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why though.
Kevin Durant come off the bench?
You
think Kevin Durant had the pride to come off the bench?
Hold on, let me tell you why though. Let me tell you why. He does for the fact that he had to be the second player for the Warriors. He had to be second fiddle for Steph Curry. That's the truth. That's who he is, right?
Yeah,
now,
sure.
when
NBA
there was
Finals MVPs played second fiddle.
But it was who team was it though?
I didn't say whose team. But
Okay.
He took the most points, most buckets, most score. NBA Finals MVP.
Yeah,
Well, it is Steph Curry's team. He's still.
I hear what you're saying. He has James Harden, and Russell Westbrook has the same mentality of not knowing when to take a different role, right?
Mm-hmm.
When James Harden was playing his worst, he did not know when to calm down. That was for Brooklyn, okay? And what he did in his last playoffs, when he should have deferred to Kawhi Leonard, when he shot them out of that Game 7, that's James Harden. Kevin Durant, right? This is the reason why I have my take, okay? No, Steph stepped back for Kevin Durant. That's what they said. I understand what you're saying. Bro, I understand what you're saying.
It's still Curry's team.
It's
It was still a Curry team.
It was still a Curry team, though. Let me say this,
And
though.
I respect that. I respect that, Tate.
Let me say this, though. The reason why I say he won't make a team better, right, is the fact that you would have to give up too much to get him. Now, I want you to think about the trades that already happened last season that just messed everything up, right? That just messed everything up, right? Mikal Bridges going to the Knicks, 5 number 1 draft picks.
Yeah.
For him, right? Then we had the trade for Luka, which was star to star, right? But at the same time, bro, what they're going to be looking for Kevin Durant is going to be ridiculous for the fact that they have to rebuild that team. Because for one, Devin Booker is a person that they're going to want to build around again, even though he already had a team that was good enough to go to the NBA Finals. That was already going to go to the NBA Finals. And this is just as much as Devin Booker's fault as anybody else's because he allowed this to happen. Going to get Kevin Durant does not make a team better. It's been proven to be that way for a long time, right? Now, if he goes to the Spurs, they're going to have to clear out most of that bench and the young talent to get him. Pharaoh, he's also making $56 million a year. He is the 3rd highest paid player in the NBA right now. You got to understand,
right
anywhere he goes, but Brooklyn, they're trading him. So anywhere they go, they're going to have to match.
That's the whole point.
This is what, hear what I'm saying, though.
Retire or eat the contract.
He's not going to retire and not get paid because Kevin Durant, the basis of his game is not athleticism, it's still shooting. So he still can be somewhere and be a shooter off the bench. He'd be a third or fourth option, right? He would be a great 4th option. Somebody don't have to depend on defensively or offensively consistently, right? But hear me out. Hear me out.
You are right.
They're gonna want a wild amount of compensation. Any team that he's going to, he's gonna have to break that team up. He's gonna have to break that team. If you send him to the Timberwolves, who you gonna get rid of?
We're arguing for the same cause, brother.
No, I'm not. You're arguing for him to retire. I don't want him to retire. I'm saying what he needs to do is go to a team that don't matter, right? Where I would like to see him go to is a team. Rock with me here. Rock with me.
Rocking.
You're gonna love
I'm
this.
a grizzly bear with
You're
you,
gonna
brother.
love this, right?
Hit me.
Both players want to get traded. They both make around the same amount of money.
Ooh.
I don't give a damn what Kevin Durant wants, but this would be a bigger market, a kind of a bigger market for the other player. And that player is on the bottom of the screen, Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Suns. Hear me out. Hear me out. Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Suns. You trade, you get Kevin Durant the hell out of there, right? You have the players that you have. I don't care about the Bucks getting better. I don't care about Doc Rivers. But Giannis gets to get out of there. He gets to go to the Suns with Devin Booker, who will be a great secondary scorer for him, right? Or seriously, they could try to find a way to work Bradley Beal out of his contract, the no trade clause, effectively trying to move him to the Heat, to Miami, in the attempt to pry out of the cold dead hands some of their shooters away. You might not get Tyler Hero, right? But you can be able to get Duncan Robinson and maybe a few other pieces. You have 2 stars in Phoenix to go along with some shooters, right? I think that Phoenix team is a championship Phoenix team. Giannis is a dog. And you get rid of Kevin Durant. Anywhere else, any other team that goes for him, I feel like it's stupid. The Timberwolves, you're dumb because you won't have to pay. You have to trade more than Randall to get him.
I hear you. I agree with every word you have said. My issue that I take is that I take just one part that you have saying. At the end where you say every team would be stupid to do it except for the Bucks, right?
A few, Bucks and a few of the teams, but I mean like the Wizards. I don't give a damn. But like I'm saying, any I'm gonna rephrase this. Any finals competitor team that wants to be in contention for an NBA championship will be stupid to go get Kevin Durant.
Okay, and that's different. That's different than the take. That's different than the original first take. Because any team that doesn't have a contender, of course, you go get Kevin Durant. Whether you go get ticket sales, you get marketing, whether you go get jersey sales, of course, you get a name as Kevin Durant.
He's a name. But I'm saying, but the teams we're talking about, teams that's trash, right? You can take them to the Kings. Who cares, right? You can take them to the Wizards. Who cares? You can take them anywhere like that. Who cares? They're not winning anything, right? But the teams he's being linked to is teams that's NBA championship threats. That's the problem. He makes the Knicks worse.
Number one team I've seen him linked to.
He makes Detroit worse.
Was Dallas Mavericks.
He makes the Mavs worse.
I've seen him linked so heavy. Who are
you trading from the Mavs?
AD, I don't fucking know.
That's dumb.
That's dumb.
That's dumb.
Well, Nico Harris is dumb. Man,
Nico Harris went and got AD because they wanted more defense. KD doesn't provide that. You got Kyrie. Hold on. Kyrie comes back. You got Kyrie, Cooper Flag, AD, and you still got Klay Thompson. That's the squad. I'm not breaking up none of that for Kevin Durant. None of it.
The number one linked team I've seen is unfortunately been the Dallas Mavericks to acquire Kevin Durant in the offseason. Good talk. I like this conversation. It was good.
Moving right along. My next one. You ready for this one?
Talking.
This is the last season that we will be able to put these two names together, and these two names are Michael Parsons and the Cowboys. We will not be talking about Michael Parsons and the Cowboys past this season. You want to talk about Dallas? Let's talk about Dallas. The Cowboys and Michael Parsons are done. They right now are in a contract dispute, and I'm telling you right now, after everything that's happened so far, Michael Parsons and the Cowboys are completely done. Expect the unexpected. And when I say expect the unexpected, how about this, Brooklyn? You ready for this one?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I can see Michael Parsons going to the Bengals. They're not trying to pay who they got right now, but they will respect Michael Parsons a whole lot more. Am I doing too much? Or am I not doing enough?
You don't want to know my answer. Oh, you don't want to know my answer. It's gonna piss you off.
Go ahead.
It's gonna piss you off. So once again, I don't think you're doing enough. Baby, come on. What are these? I thought this is called Am I Doing Too Much? You are over here simmering, barely hot. This is lukewarm, baby. That's what we call it, lukewarm. As a Hispanic, that oil, as I can still touch it, it may be sizzling, but I can still touch it. That shit's not hot. That shit not hot. Now let me tell you. I think I'm gonna give you some little info. You just sprung this on me. Let me think about something, because I'm gonna tell you something like this.
Talk to me.
I don't think Michael Parsons plays for them this season. I think if the contract disputes get this bad, as Michael Parsons has stated openly, his disgruntledness with the Cowboys front office, his disgruntledness when he live streams the draft and they draft somebody and he goes, what does that show you from your star player?
Your best player, too.
Your best player, your number one player. I tell you now, I can't tell you a team. Hold on.
Farrell says that he might sign with the Eagles. I think that's stupid. I think that's dumb.
Okay.
I thought you would have said your Ravens, Farrell. Honestly.
I tell you like this. All right, I got a little bit more information. Now that I got what I want, I'm gonna give you my full take. If the disgruntledness continues, Jerry Jones continues being dusty. I don't know another word for it besides dusty. He's this contract dispute's not going to last this offseason. I think a trade is going to be in order. But who's ever going to do this is going to have to give up, obviously, quite a haul. I think someone's going to trade for him, and whoever has the most cap space. So we're looking at teams like the most cap space right now. The number one team most cap space, the New England Patriots, the Broncos, the Chargers. All of those people have enough cap space to give him and make him the most highest paid player. And in nowadays time, like a Tyreek Hill or other players who got traded but got to fucking choose where they went because of the money, I think Micah Parsons has enough say and has enough star power to basically say, this is where I want to go. I don't think he's going to be a Cowboy going into this season, and I hope not.
I like the Broncos take. I like the Broncos take because I'm obviously
they're number 4 in cap space.
I like the Broncos take.
I think they can offer him the most money. They still have a bunch of draft picks. If they Broncos and Denver really wanted to this season, they can go get a disgruntled, angry Micah Parsons and pair them with the number 1 defense from last season with the defensive player of the year, Pat Surtain. You put Pat Surtain and that safeties that you just signed from the 49ers with a Micah Parsons dominating the middle, and you pay that man. You pay him every bit of pennies that he is worth. You take all of your cap space, you give it to him. I believe not even are Bo Nix and the offense is just good enough to get y'all to the playoffs, but I'm talking AFC Championship. And
right now, the Broncos are in talks with with Dobbins.
They signed him.
They already got Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins. You'll have J.K. Dobbins and the rookie that you drafted that looks stupendous. The hype around that rookie.
Hold on. Let me hold on because I don't know if you can see my legs, but they moving right now. My legs are moving right now.
But like I said, I believe that Micah Parsons on the main subject is not going to be a Cowboy. I hope he's not a Cowboy. And if you're not doing too much, am I doing too much? Because I tell you now, not going to do it. Not going to happen. Not going to be a Cowboy. Forget next season. This season.
You got my legs moving now. Hold on now. You might be cooking with grease now. Now, I like the Broncos take. I also like with Brooklyn, rock with me here, okay? This might be a little crazy, but here's my number, and call me maybe. You ready for this?
Go ahead.
Cleveland has an opportunity to make this happen too. They have the deepest quarterback room, right? And with all the problems that's happening,
Sure.
with
You talking about the other defensive player that's stupendous?
Yes.
Jack? Amazing.
Yes.
Miles Garrett.
Their new rookie that they just got. Miles Garrett. Brooklyn, this is possible. This is feasible as fuck. This is feasible as fuck. This is feasible as fuck. Think about it, okay? Okay.
Well, how much cap space? Hold on. Let me see their cap space.
Listen. Dak Prescott.
No matter where you go, he has to pay him.
Dak Prescott does it. I don't think he wants to be there long term.
Cleveland, I don't know about their cap.
Hear me out. Dak Prescott don't want to be there long term. We can make some moves. It's possible.
Deshaun Watson has guaranteed money. That's different. Even if you move him, you have to pay him.
Somebody has to pay him.
It's going to be Cleveland. Cleveland made that mistake. You're going to have.
They can. If another team takes that on.
Who is going to pay Deshaun Watson, who already now has another Achilles injury, and this is the reason he's not playing this season? He's out basically for this whole season. Who's going to trade for a $200 million player who cannot play? Who's going to take on a contract for $200 million and say, you know what, Cleveland, if you take on $100 million, I'll pay the $100 million. Would you do that?
If I'm getting Dak Prescott or Micah Parsons, yep. I'm starting Dak Prescott over everybody, anybody in Cleveland right now. I'm starting Dak Prescott over anybody in Cleveland right now, including Shador. I'm starting Dak Prescott.
You're gonna have to trade for Shador. You have to trade for Shador. You have to trade for like 4 first-round picks. You have to trade for
Cleveland
to get Cleveland. If they want Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott, you have to give up Shador. You have to give up.
They don't care about Shador. They don't care about Shador.
No, you're gonna have to give up at least 3 to 4 first rounds. Cleveland, give up all. And you know the best part about Cleveland? I know your ass, so your first rounds are hefty.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If Dallas, because Dallas is not going nowhere, they're not going to be a championship team, right? It makes sense for you to trade with a team who first rounds is going to matter, right? Cleveland's first rounds are going to matter. Why wouldn't you find a way to make that work, bro? You pairing Dak Prescott with Jared Jeudy, and on the defense you got Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons. Farrell, talk to me.
I can't do this. I can't do that.
Brooklyn, bro. I hear what you're saying.
Well, you know what, Tones? That one's doing too much. That one. While we're at it, we go call up Pittsburgh and be like, "Hey, yo, this Cleveland Browns. I'm letting you know, we're getting Micah Parsons. And if you smooth with it, you know, it'd be really cool. You should just throw us TJ Watt. So on one side we'll have Micah." In the middle, we'll have Myles Garrett. And on the other side, we'll just have the white devil himself, TJ Watt. We'll just get, whoop and whoop right there, There's nobody that will ever throw the ball. We don't need it. And the worst part? You get Myles Garrett, you get Micah Parsons, you get TJ Watt all together with that new rookie, Mason Graham, on Cleveland. You might win 4 games.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, bro, chill. Yo, chill off the Browns, bro. They won more games than that last year with Jameis Winston, bro. Get off the Browns like that, bro. Chill out. And they had Jameis Winston. And hold on, they had Jameis Winston and God on their side. Get off the Browns like that. Get off the Browns like that.
I believe in God. I praise Lord Jesus Christ, but I don't even know if my Lord and Savior could save the Cleveland Browns from what they.
Jesus, bro.
I'll pray for you.
That's crazy. The disrespect is insane. The disrespect is insane.
I need to see it.
The disrespect is insane. Wow. That was your amazing segment of Doing Too Much. We're going to go move right along. Make sure you are following, sharing, and subscribing. Be a part of the fray. Help us grow. We appreciate you so much for being with us.
Hey, I want to apologize to the Cleveland Browns fans. Real quick. There wasn't 4 games that you won. It was 3. Just I wanted to make that correctly fact. Last year you won 3 games, and I want to apologize for giving you too much credit.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Let's move on, man. Let's move right along, man. So the great debate. Is it time to admit, man? Finally, is it time to admit that the refs are doing too much when it comes to the NBA Finals? After the game, after what we seen in the finals last night, towards to them suck more, to then suck more, to them or then. Farrell, clean that up. Clean that up. Clean that up. Clean that up. To the end of this game, right? In the last in the last 6 minutes of this game, right, which was a crazy game, you got to see a whole lot happening when it comes to just the way the game was officiated, right? And I don't think everybody would agree with how it was officiated. Especially what Shea was able to get away with completely. I'm going to show you a few of the calls I feel like was sincerely questionable. Just for this one, you can say is a foul, right? You can say this one is a foul. Off the strength of, right, that's what you should call.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what you should call. Okay? But then we start getting deeper in the situation. Okay? And when we start getting here, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yep.
When we start getting here, we're a forearm, and they did a slow motion of that, right?
You can see the whole thing.
You can see it. He pushes him so hard with his elbow. He literally just hits him with his elbow. It's been a conversation point all season long, right? But now is it time to be able to really say that the refs may be ruining an amazing finals.
I think I touched on this a bit in our last segment, a few segments before. And in all seriousness, all the joking aside, I still am thoroughly bored in this finals, and the refs do have a really big part of it. It's the, like I said, the aura of it. It's the, you've already kind of fucked up, so now you're trying to make it interesting narrative even with it.
My bad. Go ahead. It's on you. Go crazy.
You can see where they're going with this and who they really want to win. But the issue that we're having now is it's the blatantness and the obviousness of how much I'm gonna be very professional when I do this, how much that you're favoring SGA on that side of the ball. Anytime that he goes up to the rack, he gets fouled, he gets pushed, he gets shoved, and no one's really touching him. It's like you're calling it. And there was a statistic I saw that this one season that he went to the rim an astounding, went to the line so much, a record-breaking amount of time, to where it's starting to look so fishy, where I don't believe that SGA is actually that good. I don't believe his game is that good. And I think that's why he is taking advantage of what he can in the paint, because he knows they're going to call it.
I mean, like, he's getting away with it so much, bro. Now, I feel like people aren't really talking about it, man. I'm going to show you another clip. In this one, Nesmith, who was guarding him, was too strong for him to be able to do it, right? And I'm going to put this on the big screen for everybody to watch. He was too strong to be able to get away with it, right? But look at the push, boom, right? Just still give it to him. But that's insane. That's okay. Look how hard he pushes him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's an offensive foul. There is no sport, there is no part of basketball that says that's okay, but we're allowing it to happen. I do feel like at this point in time, even though it's been a conversation piece for this long, the league is definitely has to do something about this. I understand you want a new MVP, right? You don't want to have people seeing the same MVP constantly over and over and over again. But this is actually a problem. You can be a fan of SGA, but still be honest, right? You hear these same people making these arguments against LeBron James. I don't want to be a person bringing LeBron James into it, or James Harden, right? The flopping and stuff like that. Chris Paul. Why are we not having a conversation from a man who learned from Chris Paul in SGA? The flopping is wild. It's wild. And if I'm not confused, I thought flopping was a foul now. I thought that was a technical foul now, where you get free throws over flopping. When did that stop?
I have no idea. But most people that they blame Jordan, they blame Michael for all these floppings, and that's been the argument back and forth. Is SGA the next big flopper? Is that the key to becoming a GOAT? Is to be so controversial that someone wants to complain about you? Is that it?
I don't know, bro. I'm not going to say SGA's not talented. He is. He makes the shots. He makes tough shots. He made a big three last game without flopping anything else. It's a big three. But a lot of the times, him getting space is him pushing people. It's him pushing people, completely pushing people. It's offensive fouls, and we're not calling them. And I think it's more than I think it's about that time, man. Finally, to say something, bro, because he went to that line at the end of the game 4 times in the last 2 minutes, just giving it to him. Just giving it to him. A few of those times was Mathurin doing dumb stuff, but SGA was still flopping on inbounds plays. Like, it's just like you can't guard him. And it's not because it's unguardable, it's because the refs make him that way. You can't touch him. Where you see Brooklyn, you watch Indiana versus the Knicks. Brunson was all over the floor. Offensive foul, getting fouled up, touched up, thrown around, all of that. Halliburton, same thing. All the physicality in the world. The Thunder play with all the physicality in the world and get none of the calls. Meanwhile, if you touch the Golden Boy, it's over. It's actually a conversation, bro. It's actually a problem. I don't even think it's a great debate. I think it's a serious thing.
No, it's a very serious thing. Honestly, going through the whole thing, we can go through it. And do you know how many times he's had double-digit free throw numbers this entire postseason? He had a 12, a 17. This was 15, 12, 13, 20, 22. He had 22 in this one game. Like, how many times he going double digits going to the line?
It's actually crazy.
One game, 22.
22 free throws is actually insane. It's actually insane. Y'all complained. Hold on. They complained about D Wade getting all those free throws against the Mavericks when the Heat won a championship. You complained about the Lakers getting walked to the line when they beat the Kings in the playoffs, but y'all not gonna talk about SGA? Really?
In the Timberwolves game alone, here's this. In the Timberwolves game alone, the first two games, that's it, 2 games, 30. In the first 2 games, he got 30 calls. Within 14 games of the postseason, 111. Did you know what that has ranked him in his first time going to this postseason and this postseason?
Number 1 all time.
Shot him up from 0, because he started at 0. In the record books, he started at 0, shot him all the way up to 110.
All time.
And every time someone has touched the basketball court, their records get recorded in playoffs, how many free throws and everything. And all time in the record of the history of the NBA, you have shot up in one season to the 110th.
Actually, wow. It's actually crazy as hell. Actually crazy as hell. It's actually crazy as hell.
Using facts for you.
Actually crazy as hell. We're gonna move right along, man, because it can't be an actual great debate if it's not a debate. So we're gonna go ahead and move right along, I guess, to another segment I really love a lot, man. And this one, Brooklyn, a little bit different today, right? A little bit different. And for us to, I'm gonna say this real quick though, man. For us to be gone for as long as we've been gone, this has been a hell of a show. Hell of a show so far. Hell of a show so far, man. Are you, as my boy Farrell would say, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? You know what I'm saying? Lock in. Make sure you follow and like, share, and subscribe, man. It's important. This one right here, Farrell, is D1. I'm sorry, Brooklyn. This is D1. The hill I'll die on. The hill I'll die on. Normally, this will be me giving takes about what I think, right? When it comes to the hill that I will die on, but this was a little bit different. A little bit different. And with that being the fact that we are not talking about just a regular hill, right? We're not just talking about a regular hill. We are going to be ranking the rookie quarterbacks. Okay? Let's hop right into it. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Bow. Bow. The ranking is up. The quarterbacks that were drafted this year, the ranking is up. As you can see, that's all over your screen. Okay? We are going to talk about this. We're going to lock this in. Brooklyn, you going to tell me how you feel about it. Now, we made this ranking based on not only their talent level, but possible opportunity in their first year in the NFL. All right? First one was obvious. I think that no one would disagree with it due to the fact that we're not saying he's the most talented quarterback, but he's going to have the most opportunity because he's going to start out the gate, right? And that is Cam Ward. Early, easy. Not a conversation, it's automatic. Cam Ward is the first one, right? On the second line, that's when we get into it. Okay? Give me 1 second. Brooklyn, you there? You good?
Yep.
Okay. Second one, we're gonna hop right into it. Second one, we got Shedeur Sanders and Jackson Dart, right? I do think Shedeur Sanders and Jackson Dart are the next two up. Why? Because not just for the fact that Shedeur has an opportunity to be that guy, right? Or Cleveland, if it does happen that way. I don't believe in Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett, and I do not believe in Daniel and Gabriel, right? Shedeur Sanders has the opportunity to be that guy, and plus Jackson Dart talking about his gameplay, and the fact that Brooklyn, you brought it up before the show in pregame talks, right? The unwillingness of the Giants to commit to a black quarterback.
The Mara family, yeah.
Yeah, I do not think that if Russell Wilson plays the way, because I think last year was an outlier. I don't think that's a regularity. I think it's an outlier. If he falls back into that Denver Bronco way of when we see him as a Denver Bronco, he's only getting older. They're going to pivot right to Jackson Dart because that was their first round draft pick. And I'm gonna tell you this right now: no matter how much we on this show love Jameis Winston, he's QB3.
Yeah. Going on the top list, I completely agree. I love Cam Ward being at the top. Obviously, he's going to get the most play. He's the only one that guarantees gets to play this entire season, barring any injuries. I do believe that Shedeur mid-season by game 5, playing a game, by game 7 starting it. Dart, I actually think the second that Wilson has a down game, he throws 3 interceptions and like 100 yards. It's over. It's over. It's over for the whole season. You're not even going to give him it's over.
Because the thing about this though, Brooklyn, I'm going to cut you off, but he doesn't have that Steelers defense to lean back on anymore. Because the Steelers defense was winning games for them for a long time. The Giants doesn't have that defense.
They don't have that defense. Their line has incredibly upgraded. I would say that their defensive line looks great, but I don't know about their secondary. So no, they don't have that.
If you want to take line 3, Brooklyn?
I'll take line 3. I do believe Jalen Milroe and himself going out of Alabama, going to the Seahawks. He is a comparable quarterback, a good game manager in himself, but I've never truly believed in Alabama quarterbacks. Going to the Seahawks, where they have just signed Sam Darnold, there is not much reason to believe that he will get in. But for going for a future, maybe a couple seasons down the line, I do believe that he's going to be in the play for their starting quarterbacks. Ewers in himself, as a 7th round pick, being higher than any of these in the 3rd is actually quite surprising. But I do believe that Ewers coming out of UT to the Miami Dolphins, 2 of the last 3 seasons, concussion after concussion. I hope he's doing well, and I hope there's no that CTE we talked about. I hope he has a great season, but there is a possibility he will actually get in that chance to play. I think he's in that 3rd spot just because I don't believe in his arm talent. I don't believe that he has a strong arm. I don't believe in his actual game. So we'll see what the talent he has around with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And going further than that, Dylan Gabriel. What else is there to say about him? He's in the 3rd slot. He's actually a decent comparable quarterback going out of Oregon. Oregon actually won some good, tough games last year with him under helm. I think the most interesting thing about him is that he predicted exactly where he was going to get drafted. But going forward, I don't even see him. I see him as a journeyman going to different teams, kind of like the Rosen, kind of like maybe even a Colt McCoy, good enough to play a little bit here and there, backup quarterback. But other than that, nothing.
He's honestly there just because he has an opportunity to play because because literally like Cleveland is just wide open.
Whether they want to go with Dillon just because they drafted him higher, that's probably an option, but I don't believe him succeeding in the Cleveland and is rushing straight to Shedeur.
Oh no, yeah. Go ahead, take number 4, bro. I think you'll have fun with this one.
And
Tyler
Tyler, who? Why? In the second round,
he's horrible. He's horrible.
Saints, you tried so hard, and you thought you had a security blanket and Carr. Carr said, "I'm retiring," and now you're stuck with Spencer Rattler, some guy I don't even know the name, but Hanson. He does some weird like GQ model shit with his uniform. It's so weird. Like you're more worried about what you look like. And then Tyler in the NFL Combine, I watched 3 throws, just 3,
disgusting,
and they were ducks. And you drafted him over Shedeur, and that's a whole different kind of conversation. But you drafted him over a lot of players. Like the next one going forward. Actually, I'm gonna skip this guy. Wentz.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Who does it matter? Another 7th rounder. There was a lot, or 6th rounder. There was a lot of 6th round quarterbacks that was taken by other teams. The only one that really mattered was Will Howard going from Ohio. I actually like Will Howard, an Ohio national champion, going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he does have an opportunity to play. If Barron again, any Aaron Rodgers, they drafted him without the knowledge of Aaron Rodgers being there because he just didn't want to do OTAs.
Yeah.
Just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I signed after. But no, I think he will get an opportunity possibly in the future. It's a great list. This is a hill I would die on. I think these quarterbacks in themselves have an opportunity in the NFL to say that they are there. But the only one that's truly can say that they're going to be great, I believe, is going to be Cam Ward right here.
Cam Ward. I think Shedeur got a chance there. I actually believe in Jackson Dart more than you probably do.
I don't. I actually, that whole hype that they have, they released a video of the New York Giants when he's like dropping back and did some weird ball flip and tossed the dime. Great ball, great flip, but like, this is what I don't understand. And again, you call it racism, call it NFL, call it perspective, whatever you want to call it. And I actually hate it. Why are you practicing a ball flip? And everybody who does the ball flip, you get on Shedeur Sanders for patting the ball, which I hate. Again, I hate. Don't pat that fucking ball. But now you're having some guy and praising him for some cool ball flip. Don't fucking flip the ball. Practice what you would do in game.
Yeah, yeah.
You praise one and discriminate against the other, saying don't pat the ball, but then you say, oh, that's such a cool ball flip. Both of them don't do. Both of them stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna move right along to this last conversation, man. I feel like it's important to have. And this is going to be our last segment of the day. So I hope you guys had an amazing time so far. You know, we have had an amazing time. And the last take is always the last word with point A, point B. Brooklyn, this is an important one, right? Because we're going to be talking about Travis Hunter. Everything we want to talk about or need to say about Travis Hunter. I feel like it needs to be had. Conversation needs to be had about this man and who he is actually in this league and who he's going to be. Brooklyn, are you ready to have this conversation?
People may not like it, but yeah.
I think it's important. I think we need to have this conversation. Let's talk about it. I don't like that. Let me switch that back. Let's talk about it. Brooklyn, so far, we have seen Travis Hunter in OTAs. We have seen Travis Hunter do everything when it comes to getting on the field. I do not believe in Travis Hunter right now, especially with this Jacksonville team. I don't even know who's going to be passing him the ball. I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is a great quarterback in order to be able to put a rookie wide receiver cornerback next to. And Travis did have some great highlights in practice as a cornerback, right? But his size his height and his weight. How tall is Travis Hunter, man?
6'1", 6 foot.
He's 6 foot. His height and his weight against those big wides he'll be playing against, I think only people he might have an actual chance against, right, is smaller wide receivers like a Jared Jeudy or a Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill is going to burn you because you don't have the speed for him. And what we're seeing from Travis Hunter is the way he looked against talent in college, in the collegiate level, that's never going to make the NFL. That's not grown men. A lot of people who are just there because they were good enough to get a scholarship, but not good enough to get drafted. And when you go into the NFL, it's the best of all people. It's the greatest of all the people, right? It's the best of the best. That's what it is, right? There is no league that can compare to that. That's what it is. There was no league around the world, no CFL, none of them can compare to what the NFL talent really is, right? And when you're going up against there, when you're going in there and you're going to be paired up against either a Jamar Chase or a Pat Surtain, sir, I don't believe in you. I don't think your footwork is good enough to go off a line against a Pat Surtain. I don't think so. I don't think you're going to be able to stop a bigger wide. Who you going to stop? Brooklyn, who is he going to look at his size? His helmet look huge. Who is he going to stop?
I'm gonna leave his personal life out of it. I'm gonna leave all that extra stuff out. I'm gonna stick strictly football.
No, I'm jumping into that too.
Right now, I'm gonna stick strictly football.
Okay.
What it is with it is they can say a lot of things. You can say that people have heart. You can say I've seen a lot of short players. I've seen 5'8" wide receivers. One of my favorite wide receivers, Wayne Corbett for the Jets, got drafted with Keyshawn Johnson. They thought Keyshawn Johnson was a guy who wasn't. It was a 5'8" little white guy. And there's other players like Darren Sproles. Oh my God, Darren Sproles is so tiny at running back. He can never be strong enough to be running back, and he succeeds. So saying size and stuff like that, no. This guy sucks. This guy's a hype man. The most entertaining thing about him is when he does his little dance. I like him dance. I like his energy. I like the TikToks that he makes. I like his character. I like him as a little young man. I think he's a very smart, intelligent young man. I don't think he's football built ready for the NFL, for college, for all that other stuff. Playing in 37U games, sure. Whenever you get older enough and you don't know what to do, you be one of the sickest guys out there playing flag football. But you're not an NFL wide receiver. You're not an NFL cornerback. And for you to demand to play both, I actually rooting against you for that. I'm rooting against you because you were so demanding to not even just pick a position like every other player. You wanted to be special. But now the camera, the lens, the light, everything's on you. And it's up to you to actually prove it. And anything less than spectacular, you're ass and you're gonna be a bust. So you set yourself up for failure from the get-go.
I think people really undermined how difficult it is to play both sides of the ball. I think people don't really understand how truly difficult it is to play both sides of the ball. Just because you've seen Deion Sanders do it, right? Prime.
And he
That's
coached
prime.
you. He coached you. He handpicked you. You're the chosen one. And that's what you're telling me, that he's going to go out there every possession on offense and every down on defense and play that role. And every game. I'm
trying my best to not make this as about Shedeur Sanders as well, because it had to be a reason why. Someone was throwing him open, right? But that's not the conversation I'm gonna have. It's the fact that we believe that in this league, or at this point in time right now, that Travis Hunter, I'm still gonna get back to this, bro, at his weight and size, right? And his inability to listen to reason. This is not just about him on the field, demanding to be a two-way player where his physique is not going to be good. It's not going to be strong enough, right? And I'm gonna make it so you can see us better, right?
I don't believe in him as a corner.
His physique, but hear me out though, Brooklyn. When you're playing against bigger, stronger people than you're used to playing against, right? And these are not teammates in the practice where they're not trying to hurt you, right?
No.
This is strong people who are going to be putting their weight on you at all times. That physique, bro, going up against some elite neighbors, going up against these, even I'm talking about even the young wide receivers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you now. Hold on. I hear what you're saying. I completely agree.
They're going to wear you down. They're going to wear you down
people
bad.
who only play 7 seasons in the NFL because of the damage it does to their body playing one position and across the NFL. The average years that you play in the NFL is 8. 8. That's it. Because of the wear, tear on your body, you're going to play every down in every game, no matter what your position, no matter losing. And then when you lose, are you going to get? Besides all that, I don't believe him as a corner. He is too small, too weak, and too little to play any kind of cornerback in the NFL.
Not a
I don't
slot.
even believe him as not a slot. No, well, that's the thing. If they said sit down, chose a position, and they said I want to be a corner, I would have said no. I would have said no. You are a wide receiver. There are plenty of 5'8", 6 foot, short, little wide receivers. He is a good slot receiver. He's good on the outside. I like Travis Hunter's route running. Not too bad. He can be a decent wide receiver in the NFL. Stick to that, and I would have had no argument, no issue with him going to any team. He can be any team's good enough third, second, possibly even a 1. Who knows?
No.
But you stick.
No.
I was giving him a benefit of the doubt.
He's not number one option on either side of the ball. He will never be. He will never. I'm telling you right now, because you want to play both sides, you'll never be a number one option on either side.
I was even wondering that. How are you practicing with your team right now when you're playing both sides of the ball? Mondays I play offense, then throughout the week I switch. That you're not learning. Who are you connecting with? Who's your connection?
You're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn. I feel like they're gonna have to make him learn packages, right? Not the whole playbook, but packages. Because he won't be able to learn the whole playbook on both sides of the ball. I don't believe in that, right? And I'm going to bring up IQ here, and comprehension, and the ability to be able to listen. Now, Brooklyn, you didn't want to bring this up, but I will.
Nope. You brought up a great point.
His tendency to put his life out in the public with his now wife. Now wife. And the decisions that was made, right, puts you in a place to be a distraction. Because now if anything happens between you and your wife, which is going to be highly thought of to happen, is this people believing this is going to happen, right? You're going to be a distraction to that entire locker room. And I don't see this to be any different. I feel like with his ability on both sides of the ball, you're not a big receiver, you're not strong. You're not a big wide. You're not Johnson that got drafted. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Him getting the Heisman Award, to me, was literally just because they want to give it to somebody who's doing on both sides. Whether awarding it to the person who actually deserved it, which is Ashton Jeanty.
I'm dumbfounded.
I think him being taken this high was dumb. He would have did better on a team where they can hide him. Jacksonville doesn't even have good enough coaching to make him look like a comparable player. You're going to look bad. This is what happens though, Brooklyn. You're going to look bad, right? Like Malik Neighbors, his talent was able to shine through for a horrible team, right? And where if he has a great quarterback, Malik's going to be that guy, right? But when you have a team where a quarterback is iffy, to say the least, when it comes to Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yep.
And on the opposite side of the ball to you, I don't know, bro. I don't like it, bro. He's not Jared Jeudy. Jared Judy's small too. But Jared Jeudy's also focused on one side of the field.
And that's what I'm saying. I said if he focused on a wide receiver base only, I believe in him as a decent NFL wide receiver.
Is he a bust? Is he a bust?
Going on the trajectory that he is on right now, if he continues to play both sides, the answer is yes. If he plays both sides.
I'm going to have to agree with you I'm going to have to agree with you on the premise of where he's projected to be. Will he be serviceable? Sure.
Sure.
Will he be reliable? Maybe.
Maybe even 800 yards receiving one season.
Will he be a number one wide receiver? Will he last the test of time? Would it have made sense at this point to trade up to get him?
No. You went from 5 to 2 and gave up a lot.
Abdul Carter would have been my number 2 pick.
Abdul Carter was my number 1 too. And that's why I said the Giants D-line, Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, they're gonna be going after them. Kayvon Thibodeau and Dexter Lawrence. They got a D-line.
They got a D-line. So this has been another amazing show. I have to say, I'm happy. I'm overjoyed. I love everybody. Thank you so much for showing up and showing out and being part of the return show of Point A, Point B. It's been such a long time, man, but we felt like we had to do it. We will be back next weekend in order to be having our second show. Brooklyn, anything you want to say to the people before we head off?
Man, I love y'all. I miss y'all. Just continue to try to support us. We're going to be giving you the best content that we possibly can. I love y'all.
Absolutely. Love y'all so much. Thank you so much for being with us. We do appreciate you. This has been another astounding show of Point A, Point B. Next week, we're getting Pharaoh back. I know his laptop is down and stuff like that. He had to do some stuff with the family. I know he old as hell. You know what I'm saying? Point A, Point B. But we'll call you out. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say about that. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? But love y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. This has been another amazing show. This has been the greatest sports show of all time. Point A, Point B.
Hey, you know something? I'm in DC for the homecoming. Woo! Yeah. After that, I'm in Morris Brown trying to fool something. In NC, I'm in A&T, we can roll something. When I touch down, yo, A&M got a show coming. Tell me, who do it better? Forming line like it's next semester. Don't flip-flop on a nigga, I slide on you with a Howard sweater. Right now, I don't do forever. Right to your chest like the letter, man. Don't act like you don't understand it. You can say the word, you can spell, man. Yo, roll on it. I'ma need a doctor that can stroll on it. San Antonio's getting bold on it. This my lane now, pay a toll on it. Move your body, put your soul on it.